Chris with Living in Victory Fellowship. We are in um, Genesis chapter 20. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it. Um, Share, like, a tag, and comment in this video. We find Abraham again. Now, they've just witnessed Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed, and it opens up with these verses of words. Now Abraham moved on from there into the region of the Negev and lived between Kadesh and Shur. For a while he stayed in Gerar, and there Abraham said of his wife Sarah, "She is my sister." Okay, he. This is where Abraham had a problem with. He had a proclivity to lie. In chapter 12 of Genesis, he tells Sarah, "Because you are beautiful, I want you to tell folks you're my sister, even though you're my wife. Tell me my sister." Okay. Um, he does the same thing. He didn't learn. He just did not learn his lesson. He does the same thing in chapter 20. A couple more chapters down, a couple more years down the road, does the same thing. We do the same thing as well. We don't learn from our mistakes. But I'm so glad that we serve a merciful God, a forgiving God, one that looks beyond our fault and sees our need, as we're going to see here today in in this chapter. Abraham said of his wife, "You are my sister." Let's just be honest. Let's tell the truth. Don't tell a half truth. When you tell half truth, it's just as worse uh, as just lying out flat. I mean, a half truth is a lie. He was not truthful. Sarah was more than just his sister. She was his wife. They had a covenant together. They, they just, God's about to bless them with Isaac. He promised that they would have a baby this time next year. Abraham was 99 at the time. Sarah's 10 years younger. And Sarah laughed, and God said, "Is there anything too hard for me?" Okay. And now we got Abraham messing up again by lying, not telling the truth. Now, I understand again, she's a beautiful woman. But here's the thing. If she's beautiful, and that's probably why he lied, but there's no excuse. Guess what? The king of Gerar, Amalek, sent for her. Well, obviously, if you're saying that y'all brothers and sisters, that means she's single. So everybody told the king about her, and he sent for her. And the Bible says he did take her in. But God, that's why I like in verse 3, but God, when we mess up, God can intervene. And thank God that he intervened in the situation because God has a purpose, he got a plan, okay? Even though Abraham is getting off track, God intervened. It says, but God, he came to the king in a dream one night and said to him, "You are as good as dead because of the woman you have taken. She is a married woman." Now, obviously, people say, does God speak to people in dreams? He did here. He intervened and he spoke to I don't even know if the king even knew about the Lord, but God showed up and he spoke to this man, this king, in a dream. He told him, "You are as good as dead." Why? Because the woman you have taken, she is a married woman. Now, the king, if you let me remind you, if you on, go ahead, hit subscribe and comment and share and like. Now, the king had not gone near her. That's what he said. "Lord, will you destroy an innocent nation? Did he not say to me, Abraham, she's my sister?" He's right. Abraham did say that was his sister. And then she also say, "He is my brother. I have done this with a clear conscience and clean hands." God knows her heart. He was absolutely right. He didn't do nothing wrong. Abraham was in the wrong. But thank God that God was protecting actually both of them. See, God's mercy is out to Abraham and it's out to the king. Uh, then God said to him in a dream, yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience. God knows the heart. And so I've kept you from sinning against me. That is why I did not let you touch her. God has a way of rearranging things. He has a way of putting roadblocks in so that you could be in his will, perfect will. Um, and the text don't say, but maybe the king was trying to get to her, but there was always something coming up. And a lot of times when we're late or something happens, maybe God's protecting you from something down the road. Have you ever thought about that? And we get all bent out of shape, but maybe there was something we didn't know that could have happened had we stepped outside of our house at the time that we thought we should have left. Maybe he was protecting you from an accident, a situation. God works behind the scenes, you see. But this man could not, he just wasn't, obviously, he probably wanted to touch Sarah, but he just could not, which is a good thing. Yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience. God says, so I've kept you from sinning against me. God did it. God was keeping him. And that's why I did not let you touch her. Now, return the man's wife. Now, God's holding him accountable. Return the man's wife to him. Okay. You may be sure that you and all belong to you. If you don't do it, he says, return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you and you will live. But if you do not return her, you may be sure that you and all who belong to you will die. Woo! And watch this. After he heard that, the king, the next verse says, early the next morning, I don't blame him. Early the next morning, the king summoned all his officials. And when he told them all that had happened, they were so much afraid. Then Amalek called Abraham in and said, what have you done to us? How have I wronged you that you have brought such great guilt upon me and my kingdom? You have done things to me that should never been done. Yeah, he's right. This was uncalled for. Some things are just uncalled for. Just tell the truth. He asked Abraham, what's your reason for doing this? Now we're about to hear the reason. Abraham replied, I said to myself, there's surely no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. We got to quit assuming and just tell the truth and know that God is in control. God intervened on this because of the mistake. But just tell the truth. We don't have to do what Abraham got himself into. Besides, she really is my now he's talking too much. She's really my sister, the daughter of my father, though not of my mother. She became my wife. And when God had me wanted from my father's household, I said to her, this is how you can show your love to me. Everywhere we go, say of me, he is my brother. He didn't ask for all that, but anyway, that's what we do. We all do it when we know we're wrong. We talk a little bit more. Then the king bought sheep. Look at the grace of God, and cattle and male and female slaves, and gave them to Abraham. And he returned Sarah to his wife. And the king said, "My land is before you. Live wherever you like." Look at the favor, even in a mistake. God still, just like He did in Egypt, giving him favor. Um, to Sarah, he says, I'm giving your brother 1,000 shekels of silver. This is to cover the offense against you before all who are with you, and you are completely vindicated. Wow. Then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed the king, his wife, his female slave, so they could have children again. For the Lord had kept all the women in the king's household from conceiving because of Abraham's wife Sarah. Just tell the truth. Just be honest. It will save you down the line because the Bible says this, be sure of this. Your sin will find you out. Just be honest, and God will honor that. Don't play that game and say, well, he did it for Abraham. Yeah, he can do it for you, but do not um, play games with God. If you know to do right, just do it. And that's an example for us. Abraham's an example of what not to do. You do the right thing. But even though he made the wrong decision, look how God was merciful. Don't forget that that's the subscribe button. I'll be on with the next video. God bless y'all.